Ndị be anyị ekeneni m unu. Asị na ya dịrị n'Igbo na mma. Asị na anyị adịka echi na-eche ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akwa ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị n'ụbọchị nke taa. O nwere ife wetara n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa gbasara maka ihe nwanne anyị nwaanyị. Onye ma onye na-ekwu maka ya. Unu na-epe iche n'iru akwụkwọ. Achọrọ m ikpo okwu afa. O nwere ife okwu n'iru akwụkwọ a. Egesi m ya bụ ife. Amerịta m na anụsị mba na m na-eti ya ka ụmụnne m gee ya bụ ife. Ka ọ rapụ dị ka ọsọ mụ nọ. For almost 57 years ago, I can akọ ofu akụkọ n'obodo a. For over 57 years ago. Ọ bụ ihe nwute wee nyere m nwa nke mmadụ tinye ntị gee ya bụ ife. Ị ga-esi ya drop all your own comment n'iru akwụkwọ.
Worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Iwayanwu. I began by asking him his reactions to the killings of soldiers in Abia State.
I am terribly worried about what is happening in the southeast today, in Igbo land today. I was many years ago a young man, and as a young man, I identified myself very well with all the hopes, all the aspirations of our people. I know that our people started in Igbo land from a very humble beginning. For example, in 1914, when Fred Lugard migrated Nigeria, Igbos didn't have even any secondary school. But by 1960, when we had independence, Igbos have attained exalted height in education. Igbos have attained exalted height in business, in bureaucracy. We have achieved a lot. All these achievements, as I'm telling younger people today, was made possible, first of all, by the fact that our forebears, our parents, embraced Christianity. Christian faith have got the whole sacred human life as sacred. That man, Christian faith forbids a man taking another person's life. Christian faith, they also embraced education. They worked very hard. All the communities, in fact, the education in those days was a partnership between the government and the various communities and the various missionary bodies. Our forebears have worked very hard to build a very formidable Igbo who are respected in Nigeria. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing today is incredible. Yes, I'm aware that some Igbo young people, like young people in other tribes in Nigeria, feel they are not quite satisfied with how things are going. I think Nnamdi Kanu'S is part of people who have felt unsatisfied. But that doesn't entail going to kill or going to set up an army or plan to kill anybody. We live in a country, Nigeria, and there is a constitution in Nigeria. And anything anybody wants to get from any civilized society must be done through a constitutional process. Now, mark you, this is not the first time people have talked about secession. And in my own opinion, part of the problem Nigeria have today, and which I think Tinubu must do everything to sort out, is this restructuring of this country. If you remember, it was a major problem in independence until the various ethnic nationalities came together, went to a London conference, I think it was in Lancaster House. They came back with a constitution which we had in 1960 and also revised in 1963. That constitution was very good for us. That constitution was an independent constitution. That constitution gave every region three regions we had that time: Northern region, Eastern region, and Western region. Later on, Midwest was created. Everyone had the authority, had the power to develop at its own pace. What messed up everything was actually the Civil War that messed up everything. Right. So the truth about it is that this constitution requires to be amended. And because of this constitution has not been amended, that's why these people are all making demands. I am not happy with the situation where somebody killed a fellow human being, saying that he's trying to fight for a group because whether you call it a pork or anything, it doesn't mean anything. So what happened? The first place, a soldier, a policeman who has brought up his life for our people must be respected. It's the height of criminality for any Nigerian to insult, to assault, or even kill a policeman or a soldier who has been brought up to defend us. Even if you are stronger than the policeman and you commit offense, he wants to arrest you, you surrender. So I think really, as a leader of Igbos are not happy that in Igbo land, some people can come and kill policemen.
The Nigerian army is saying it will retaliate the killing of 5 soldiers, and it will do so very firmly and very strongly. I wonder how you'd react, to that.
I know how the military feel. It's very painful to see a military person humiliated up to the point of being killed. It's very sad. It's clearly very, very sad. But you see, 2 wrongs don't make any right. So I'm going to appeal to them to give us in the Southeast some time. I intend immediately to call all the 5 governors of Southeast. I'm going to call them. I'm going to summon a meeting of the elders of Southeast. We are now going to address this problem very seriously. Frankly speaking, since yesterday, I have given a serious thought to it. I think part of the problem we have in the Southeast is that there are some criminals who broke away from jail. And these people who broke away from jail, they live in bushes. And in fact, and most of them have no money at all. They don't have any means of livelihood. If those people prefer to die rather than to come in, so my first reaction when I call the governors and call the traditional rulers, religious leaders, the business leaders, we'll have a meeting. We will find a means of rehabilitating people who have been in prison, who have been released, how to recultivate them to become good citizens.
Now, Chief Iwayan, many have said that maybe the Southeast leaders, including Ohanaeze, the Southeast governors, have allowed this IPOB situation to fester. And now it's become some kind of Frankenstein. It's become a monster that nobody seems to be able to tame. You say you're going to have a meeting with Southeast leaders. What would be the strategy without giving away too much in terms of what you will do to put an end, to the activities of IPOB and ESN and, as a matter of fact, banditry, unknown gunmen in the Southeast?
We are definitely going to make sure we solve it. Because, you see, we can't leave a situation. Okay, take for example yesterday, apart from the killing of policemen, some civilians were killed. I hear up to 6 civilians were killed in stray bullets. So it's not just that soldiers were killed, innocent civilians were killed. So it's a very serious matter. And so it's not a thing that we should joke about, really. Human life is being lost. And the worst part of it is that people got up to say that people should not take exam. Yesterday, some children were supposed to take exam. I heard WAEC had an exam. These people say WAEC should postpone the exam. I can't understand. WAEC is not controlled entirely by Nigeria. So they say WAEC should control it. It looks very strange. On Thursday, when I heard the story in the morning, about the massacre of soldiers in Igbo land, I was very sad. And I was further told that the law enforcement agencies are fingering IPOB. I decided to go to see Nnamdi Kanu right in the DSPP facility where he is. I saw him, and I was very happy to see him. He denied knowledge of everything they're doing, and he reminded me that he has already made statements some time ago renouncing them when they made the announcement that people should not go to work at all. That he has sit at home. He had made a statement condemning it. And in fact, I spent 3 hours with him. We asked for solution. And in fact, he made a promise to me. He says that the moment he is released, that he will be able to mobilize people around to stop all these things they are doing. And in fact, those of us who are working for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, we are doing it because we believe that once he is released, then we'll be able to know those who are criminals and those who are actually looking for Biafra. Those who are looking for Biafra, let's go through the constitutional process. I have made up my mind to intensify my efforts to have him released, because I believe if Nnamdi Kanu is released, it is going to bring end to all this type of problem.
Ndị be anyị daalụ nne kwunu si na-esoro anyị ya na-eme n'iru akwụkwọ dịka iso wee gee ya bụ ife ịnụrụ ihe the Ballon the Gentle Lion kwugasịrị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taata ọzọ dịka ibu ya bụ ka efi nwere ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile kwugasịrị n'iru akwụkwọ ife okwu olili nne okwu ya dịka osi dịka efi nwere ike ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife a drop ya on the comment section below. Chetakwa ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si were wetara unu nnukwu ozi ya dị oke mkpa. Daalụ na ụmụnne m, gwa nke emesịa.